Yes! The Kansas City Chiefs have just won the Super Bowl. And that, with this victory, taught me one important lesson. Quitting only guarantees your failure. That's it. That's it. It only guarantees one thing, that you will fail. Because you never, ever tried. Hit it. We're talking about the Chiefs, man. We're gonna talk. Okay, not really. We're gonna being a Chiefs fan since I was a small, tiny kid, probably about the age of 4. I was there when they won 3 games a year, and I've been here where they won the Super Bowl. Did we think we'd do it in a couple years with Patrick Mahomes? Hell no. No one thought that. Except for one dude and a franchise. Andy Reid and Lamar Hunt. Andy Reid's the head coach. Lamar Hunt is the owner of the Kansas City Chiefs, right? He dictates all that goes on. Now, everyone can agree with me and Patrick Mahomes, right? Patrick Mahomes is he's the youngest MVP in NFL history, and now he's the youngest MVP in Super Bowl history. That right there tells you, and that's all you need to know. But you could know nothing about football and just know that and be completely fine. Believe it or not, not a lot of people wanted Patrick Mahomes. They didn't. Actually, believe it, I would look this up too just to shit my pants. NFL analysts, or whatever you want to call them, they said that his play style would not fly in the NFL. That it wouldn't work and he'd fall flat on his face. That's exactly what they said. And to be honest, even the best experts, the analysts, the people that know everything, don't know everything. Like, as human beings, we can continue to learn on a daily basis because we're never content with not learning something or continuing to further that process of learning something. It's what makes us human. It's what makes us super unique. The Chiefs had to risk a shit ton to get Patrick Mahomes. They gave up their 27th pick, their 3rd round selection, and a 1st round choice in 2018 to the Bills for the right to draft Mahomes. Andy Reid and Lamar Hunt sat down. They said, you know what? The Chiefs are the Chiefs. And the only way to break the pattern of, being the Chiefs is to do what we haven't done, which is instead of going for the safe bet, which is going for the veterans and the older people who've been here in a while, who basically have all the, how do I put it nicely, the bad habits. And go for a young guy who's not afraid to change the game. And they said they have a shot to change the franchise forever. Turns out, they were right. Success requires 2 things. It's risk balanced with sacrifice. Right? That was pretty simple from the Patrick Mahomes too. The Chiefs had to risk a lot and have to give up some of their picks. Their picks, they could have had other people. So 3 of them to pick up Patrick Mahomes in the first round, the first round, 10th draft pick. So they believed in changing this franchise. They believed in moving this franchise, but they knew that wasn't going to happen if they didn't take a leap of faith with it. And it wasn't going to happen right away. No one assumed that Patrick Mahomes was going to come into the NFL, take over as the best quarterback ever right away. No one does that. No, think of an athlete. That never happens. No, whether you're a hockey player, you're a fighter, you're a football player, you're a basketball player, no one shows up the first year with no experience in like a major professional playing league and then becomes Patrick Mahomes year 1. He didn't even play. He sat sidelined with Matt Castle. That was his whole first year. I think he played like a game or 2. And then he was obviously in the preseason playing. But he wasn't throwing in the preseason or practicing like Patrick Mahomes now at 24. No. He had enough to get us to the playoffs, but not enough to get to the Super Bowl because, hello, you're 22 years old, 23. There's so little lack of experience going on there. And then year 3, with feeling how close we were, the disappointment, finally emerging, his play style with the other teammates. That's the other thing too. If you're on a team, play as a fucking team. Between the last 3 years, Mahomes, Kelsey, Tyreek Hill, all the players that make the Chiefs, all were getting to understand each other, working together, interconnecting, and getting to know on a personal level because they hung out all the time. they practice all the time, to a level of trust that builds enough to make this team great. Like, I was watching Kelsey talk sideline, and he was saying, he's like, how'd you even throw that for that touchdown? He's like, I had no indication I was gonna turn or go post. Like, I had no indication of going that way. How'd you know I was gonna be there? He's like, man, I just knew you were gonna be there. I don't know, I just knew you were gonna be there. That's working as a team. That's being together as a team, and that's developing your skills together as a team. And that's how you win Super Bowls. That's how you get experience, and that's how you become the new 2020 Kansas City Chiefs Super Bowl champions. Can you say, oh, we're the next Patriots, man. We're the next Patriots. I hear that all the time. And granted, the dude who told me that, a coworker of mine, believe it or not, he was absolutely right about the Chiefs. Like, absolutely right. So, and right before, so if you guys didn't know, Patrick Mahomes dislocated his kneecap. Okay, luckily for this dude, he's double jointed. Who knew? So, the kneecap just popped out, and then they popped it back in. He walked off. He just rested for a couple weeks, and he came back. That was this year for the Super Bowl. Now, right before he popped his knee out, my coworker, he goes, "Yeah, man, they're gonna win the Super Bowl, guarantee it." And I was like, "Yeah, whoa, you know, whoa, okay, keep it down. You're gonna jinx us, okay? It's not gonna happen if you keep saying shit like that." Turns out he was right, and he told me the other day. He said, "You know what? I think we got a real franchise on her, like the Patriots, except we're gonna be better because we're the Chiefs." And honestly, at this point, I have no reason not to believe him because he was right about the other one. But how risk is balanced with that sacrifice. So they had to risk their picks and sacrifice their security to get Patrick Mahomes to change the game. Obviously, I'm pretty sure Lamar Hunt and Andy Reid were not betting on themselves when Patrick Mahomes got hurt. And they were like, "Oh no." They're like, "Man, he can get us to the playoffs, but he can't get us, to go further. Oh no, he's hurt. Oh no." So it's not, and this is human nature too, it's not bad to doubt yourself, but it is bad to quit on yourself. Don't quit on yourself if things are down. The chips are down. That's literally the best part. I didn't feel like that at the time, don't get me wrong. Not like I believe this every day either. It's human nature to doubt yourself, to doubt your idea, who you are, what you want to do. But when it's hard to explain. When you go for that leap of faith and you just put yourself out there, you try and you just do, you don't know what it is, you don't know what you're doing, you don't know, maybe you have no experience in anything that you're about to do. But the fact that you're putting yourself out there in a leap of faith, it's like it opens the universe to you. Even if you have no idea what you're doing, you have no experience, people tell you that you aren't going to make it in the NFL. You're not going to be good in the league. You're not going to be good at this. You're going to be good at that. Stay in your box, dude. Stay in your box. Fuck them, okay? Because, like I said, I cannot tell you how many times that I've just gone on a leap of faith and then the door opens and I'm just like, whoa. This life never would have happened if I hadn't taken this one simple little step. I can't just sit here and do nothing. Like, I was in my bedroom, I'm just sitting there and I'm like this. Well, I'm bored. I gotta work on something. I gotta do something. I need to forward something. I gotta write my plan down. What do I want for my life? What do I want to do? What do I want to start working on right now? Other people want to go out. They want to party. They want to, get shit-faced, go to work, then wait for the weekend, get shit-faced again. And don't get me wrong. Going to places, I didn't get to go to the Super Bowl parade or the watch party or any of that stuff because I had, I have a son and I have work. But yeah, those memories will be with you forever. Like, those memories are great. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not advocating for any of that. I'm just saying that at the level of experiencing life, understand that it's going to take a lot of work. And with that work will come a point where you have to say, hey, I got to take a leap of faith here, man. I have no idea what to do, but I'm going to go ahead and try it anyways. I'm going to go ahead and do it. That's how everybody literally starts something great. That same sentence I just said. Okay? I don't know, I just have to take a leap of faith. I don't know what I'm doing. I've never been here before, but I'm going to try it. No one picks up a basketball and becomes an NBA star overnight. No one picks up a football and throws. Mahomes was a baseball player. In 2014 he was signed by the Detroit Tigers, a baseball team, when he was 18 years old, instead of being in football. You kidding me? So he literally didn't even really choose football. Football chose him, but he had to take the risk and go out and do it. So if there's anything we can translate here today, is that if there's something out there that you go, ooh, I don't know, man, do it. And guess what? Eventually, you'll win your Super Bowl. Your Super Bowl will come around, and you'll be able to wave that big-ass trophy around. My dad used to say this about girls. I used to be like, I don't know, she's really pretty. I don't know if I could do that. And it's like, both my parents, they were like, the worst they can say is no. But I mean, as a kid, you're like, no, that'd be horrible. That'd be embarrassing. It's horrible, man. But yeah, that's literally the worst that could happen to you. The world could tell you no. And then you go, hey man, I gave it a try. Or you can say, I'm going to keep going. I like doing this. I don't care if they tell me no. I don't care if they tell me I'm not good enough. I'm going to keep doing it. And be like, hey, listen, I did this. I didn't give up. Nothing irritates me more when people just complain and bitch about the easiest shit in their life. I wanted a red one. I wanted a red Corvette. This isn't even fair. How am I going to get to school? I look like a total loser. Dude, like, I remember meeting those people in school, and I'm not from a big place, but when there was always something like a Mustang or something, they'd be like, my parents, they got me this one. I wanted the new one. I'm like, life's a hell of a lot harder. And the sad news is, these people don't get to experience it. So you're in the positive. You're in the place where you can actually improve your life. Them, they may have the fancy stuff, but they won't advance any more in their entire life. So if that gives you any confidence, you're already on top of the game on that. It's Gary Vee, right? He always told people to try. Always told people to do this. Always go out and take a risk. And to be honest, I thought it was a load of shit. I thought it was a crap storm. I didn't believe it. Then I started doing it. I started putting it into practical use in my life. Not necessarily this, but just to practical use in general. And shit started happening. Doors started opening, and opportunities started coming around for me. Just because I was willing to act on it and do things. And meet new people, and I could not be more grateful. So I know this is a very positive message, and I know it's not technically sealing, but you guys go check out Gary Vee too. If you somehow find this and don't know Gary Vee, you tweet me. I don't know, because that's impossible. If you don't know Gary Vee, that's impossible. I think his TikTok has like 20 million people or something. We're here to preach positivity. So thank you for coming by. We'll see you next time. Welcome to BHE. You're welcome. Not you're welcome, like you're welcome, but like welcome, like to the community. You're welcome. Alright, we'll see you on the next episode. Love y'all.